Nerderotic.com.
Welcome back to Nerderotic, everybody. My name is Gary Beekler, and I come to you from Nerderotic.com, and we need to talk about Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. It's empty. Disneyland is empty, and Disney is even losing the access media on this. Now, when I found this article, I thought it would be USA Today running defense, and at first it sounds like they kind of were, but let's get through the article and look at some of these pictures they offer us. Now, there is more evidence every day that Disneyland is empty. I think there's zero doubt now. Now, my good friend Doomcock just did a video on this. I'll link it in the description. It's a good video. Mexican Iron Man went in there and took some pictures, and I will be going there this Sunday or Monday. Now, time of recording is Tuesday at 1:15 p.m. So look for the live stream from Galaxy's Edge in a few days. Now, I'm doing these videos Tim Pool style because I am on the road for San Diego Comic-Con. That's the way they're going to be this week. So apologies for that. No fabulous office in the background. USA Today, sparse crowds at Disneyland Star Wars Land? Well, for one, it's not Star Wars Land. That's the reason for the sparse crowds. Aerial images offer evidence. Many have noted how attendance this summer at Disneyland seems lighter than anticipated with the opening of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, and recent photos of the park taken from high above offer some anecdotal proof. The overhead shots taken by aerial imagery specialist Nearmap offer a unique perspective on the buildings and the crowds. From this vantage point, you get a good idea of just how large those 14 acres are in Galaxy's Edge. You can also see how it absorbs the crowds. Now, there is the defense. It's just bigger. It absorbs the crowds, but it's not that much bigger. They opened up some walkways. I have been to Disneyland a lot. Grew up in Southern California. I went there 2 to 3 times a year for many, many years. Now, I haven't been there in a couple of years, but again, I'll be going this weekend. Nearmap also released aerial images in February, just as construction was near an end. The presence of people in the latest batch presents a better sense of scale. Now, Disney loves to make truth through the access media, and they have been very willing participants. So I find it very curious that USA Today decided to come out and kind of prove what other bloggers and YouTubers have been saying within and outside of the fandom minutes. Maybe this is the turn of the tide. Maybe the sentiment towards this company is changing. Maybe the access media are tired of being called shills. Now, I've seen articles like this before, and I always think this, but I fully expect the access media to get back in line here very soon because they are just faced with undeniable evidence here. Now let's take a look at some of these pictures. Wow, that does look empty. Now, I wonder if they commissioned this group to go and take pictures to prove everybody wrong. Well, this backfired completely. Again, you cannot spin this that the walkways are bigger and you got rid of planters. I used to go to Disneyland 3 to 4 times a year back in the 90s. Now, there were times you can go on a rainy Tuesday and the park would be like this. You would have it to yourself, but it really hasn't been that way in a long time. The last time I went was in a February and you couldn't walk around. This is pretty incredible, and it's going to be even worse when you find out the date of when these pictures were taken. Guests and Disney dedicated bloggers have noted how Disneyland has been less crowded than usual, and while the overhead photos taken July 4th, according to Nearmap, seem to prove it, they do record just one moment in time, and there's the access media we know and love. Yes, it only records one time, but how can you explain all the other photos taken, the other YouTubers going there? And how will you explain when I'm there live streaming? Hopefully I'll have a good connection. And if it's crowded, I'll tell you it's crowded, but I have a feeling it won't be. Last week, Disney officials announced Star Wars Rise of the Resistance. Oh, I hate that term. The most ambitious attraction ever tackled by Imagineers, won't open in Disneyland until January 17th, 2020. No reason was given for the delay, as officials previously said it would open this year. And how sure are we it's going to open that date? Because they've already delayed it. And of course, Disney's not going to give a reason, and I doubt the access media would even ask for one. Rise of the Resistance will open December 5th at Disney's Hollywood Studios in Disney World. The Galaxy's Edge Land will open there August 29th, and I guess that remains to be seen. But again, I am extremely happy this is happening to Disney because I think the fandom is starting to see the company they really are. Now, I brought up Ollie earlier. Now, Ollie is a young child. He died when he was 4 years old, and his father, Lloyd Jones, just wanted to put a Spider-Man on his headstone. Disney denied him of this because of copyright reasons. Now, he tried to do everything the right way. I guess he could have just done it, and they couldn't have done much after that. But, you want to be a good father, and you want to show your other kids that you want to set a good example, and this is what he's met with. And through all that tragedy, he gets slapped in the face by Disney. And this is karma. I fully believe that this is karma. And I hope this keeps up. Now, we also have to factor in that there's absolutely no Star Wars in this Star Wars land. I drove by the billboard on my way down to San Diego. And if you took out that lame Millennium Falcon with the rectangle radar dish, it would have looked like Avatar. It doesn't look anything like Star Wars, but it looks everything like Disney Star Wars, which is not resonating with the Star Wars fans, the real Star Wars fans, and the normies, apparently. And if they lose the normies, then they are done. Now, I guess they've gotten most of their money back for their investment, so maybe they don't care. But as usual, the fans care about the legacy of something a lot more than the people who actually own the franchise. And when we do voice our dissent, we get attacked. So again, very happy this is happening. This couldn't happen to a more deserving company and a more deserving CEO, Bob Iger. Hashtag for Ollie. This is the company, I remind you, that denied a father from putting a Spider-Man on his dead 4-year-old son's gravestone. But unfortunately, the only change is going to come when we hit them financially. And if we're hitting them in the theme parks where they make the most money, I'm betting that's when the change will occur. Too bad they didn't feel the need to help a grieving father. Karma is a bitch, Bob Iger. Everybody have a great day. I will be live streaming from San Diego every day. Go to nerdrotic.com for my live stream schedule and hashtag for Ollie.
Nerdrotic.com. Please subscribe.